everyone, today we're going to learn about addition of positive and negative numbers. And that's our learning target for today, being able to add positive and negative numbers. Now you'll remember from yesterday that we can think about positive and negative numbers on our number line. So I'm going to put arrows on just to show that this number line keeps on going forever. We can think about 0 as kind of being a center point. 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. And then to the left side of the 0, we go into the negative numbers. So -1, -2, -3, -4. Okay, so let's always kind of go back to this number line when we're thinking about adding and subtracting as to where the numbers would actually sit on that number line. Okay, so as we begin our adding and subtracting today, we're going to use these models here. So we've got our positive and our negative. Now you'll notice that I colored these two different colors. That's because when we think about financial things like bank accounts, we often can say that an account is in the black if it's positive. So our positive is black, and it's in the red if it's negative. We'll kind of keep coming back to that thought today. So let's try to first show a positive 5 using some counters. Of course, we could show a positive 5 with 5 counters, 5 positives here. But what if we wanted to add some negative counters in there? If we put in a negative, like somebody that owes, we would also have to put in another positive. Okay, so let's think about a positive 5 using 9 counters. How could we do that? Okay, now I have a balance of 5 positive dollars using 9 counters. I have altogether 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 positives, and I have 2 negatives. So the number model that we're really showing here is positive 7 plus a negative 2. Now, you'll notice a couple things. First of all, I kept the red and the black going on here. These are addition problems, so I'm going to make sure that I'm always using the addition symbol. And notice that I put the -2 in parentheses, because it's not -2, it's a -2. So I put that in parentheses so that we make sure that we're not getting this mixed up with the minus symbol. Okay, now let's think about what if I have $5 in the bank. But let's say that I have a debt of $3, or I owe $3. What's my account balance now? Well, I'm going to go ahead and line up what I have. I'm going to line up a positive and a negative, because I know that these will cancel, these will cancel, and these will cancel. If I have $1 and owe $1, it's really like I have $0. So all together here, now I have $2. And I'm in the black, so I have a positive $2. Okay, bankers, let's think about this. What if we have an account that has $8 in debt? So somebody who owes $8, and then they take and put in $3 to their account. What would their account balance be? Let you think about that for a second. So here I think I'm going to pair up my positive and negatives. Those that cancel each other out. As I know right here is equal to 0. So all I have to do is count what's left over. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 negatives left over. So that means we have negative $5. Okay, here's our next example. Let's think about an account that has $8. So we can say that this account started off with a positive $8. And then let's say that this person borrowed $3. Okay, so they're adding to their account a debt of $3. So we're adding, but it's negative 3. What's the final account balance going to be? Well, if you've got 8 and then 3 negatives, 3 of those negatives are going to cancel out 3 of the positives. So then that means we have a positive $5. Okay, let's try a couple of these that have no counters with them. Let's start off with an example of $9. Let's say that then somebody goes and borrows from the bank $6. So 9 plus a negative 6. Can you figure out what that would be? Well, first I like to think, is this going to be a positive or is this going to be a negative? Which is bigger, the positive or the negative? Well, the positive's bigger, so I know that my answer has to be a positive number. So I'm really thinking about if I have $9 and then 6 of those dollars get canceled out, I'll end up with a positive 3. Let's say this time that we start off with a debt of $6 and then we deposit into our account $5. What would the balance be for that account? Well, we're going to start off and we have our bigger number is the negative number. So I know that my answer is going to have to be a negative. So how many of these positives are going to cancel out the negatives? Well, 5 of the negatives are canceled out by positives. So I'm going to have a final balance of negative 1. Okay, so far we've mostly done all positives and negatives when we add those two together. Let's think about, though, if we start off with a negative account balance. So you owe $3, and then let's say you borrow, so you're adding to that another $3. Well, of course I don't have any positives, so I have 2 negatives. So I know that my account balance can't be positive because I don't have a bigger positive. So I know that if I'm going to add 3 debt and another 3 debt, we're going to end up with a negative 6. Okay, let's do one more that was like that with 2 negative numbers. Let's start off with negative 15. So $15 that you owe plus negative 22. So you owe $15 and then you go to the bank and borrow another $22. Well, again here, we have 2 negatives, so we know that our account balance can't be in the positive because we don't have any positives to cancel that out. So what we're really doing is adding these 2 negatives together. So we're going to get a total of negative 37. As I'm writing this, I just want to quickly remind you that we put this in parentheses to remember that this is not a subtraction symbol right here. It just means that the number is a negative. Okay, so we're going to put those in parentheses. So those parentheses mean something a little bit different than what we've talked about before, because there's no operation to do there. Okay? Okay, that's it for today. So here's your quiz for today. I'm going to give you 3 questions to solve. And then these are the quiz questions that you'll go answer in Edmodo. -4 plus +3. And if you feel like it's helpful to you to draw out some counters or draw a picture of what that might look like, go ahead and do that. The second one is 20 plus negative 5. And then our third question is negative 12 plus negative 16. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.